Okay, welcome to tonight's Essential Oils Made Easy class. I'm so glad that Savitu has connected me with each of you guys. I'm excited to learn more about you. I'm excited to teach you about essential oils. And I'm excited to tell you that at the end of this class, there will be a giveaway for someone who stays with us and enters into the raffle that we'll be doing. So stay tuned for that. I'll share my screen with you guys so you can see it. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story. Sorry, you guys. I want to make sure I can see if anybody's trying to get in, and it keeps hiding that part from me. So I want to make sure if anybody joins late, they can see. Sorry for the technological difficulties. Okay, I'm going to keep it small like that so I can make sure and see someone coming in. Can you guys still see that whole screen with the picture of me?
We can see it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am Kelsey Brown. I am the mom of 4 kids. I have 3 little boys, and then we adopted the sweetest little girl from here in India. She's from Hyderabad originally. And these people in this picture, these are my why. These are why I got into natural solutions and why I'm passionate about health and wellness, why I'm passionate about keeping toxins out of my home. And the reason that I went from not really caring about natural solutions to being very passionate about it is because there was a time when I took a lot of acetaminophen, a lot of Calpol for anything. If I had a problem, I would pop a Calpol or acetaminophen, and that was my solution to health issues. And I had a kind friend who came alongside me and said, Kelsey, this is bad. This is a bad idea. This is not good for your long-term health. And she gifted me this roller that you guys see on the screen. It's a bottle of doTERRA's Past Tense blend, and it's doTERRA's Tension blend. And I rolled it on my temples during a headache. I rolled it on the back of my neck, and within a few minutes, my headache was gone. And I didn't understand how that could be possible. I was like, I didn't take any medicine. How does my headache not hurt anymore? And she said, the secret is plants. God already gave us plants. He already gave us solutions. We just need to use what he already gave us. And I was just like, wow, that was amazing. What else do you have? And so she just kept sharing different natural solutions with me through pure essential oils. And that makes me very excited to share them with you as well. So the goal of this class is I'm going to help you guys understand 3 cool things about essential oils, and Savitu is going to help me with this. And then I'm going to tell you 3 ways to use essential oils. And then I'm going to tell you how you could get doTERRA oils in your home as well, and the best way to do that. So it's a pretty simple class.
Can we have the speakers off, please?
So the first thing is essential oils, and specifically doTERRA oils, are safe. They're 100% natural, 100% safe, meaning there's no side effects and no addictions like you might experience from prescription medication or over-the-counter medication. Because essential oils are just extracts from plants. You don't have the nasty side effects that you might have from a different medication. And let's say we're talking about the same plant that we would maybe put in a tea or put in our food, like peppermint, for example. Peppermint essential oil is 50 to 70 times more powerful than just the peppermint leaf. So 1 drop of doTERRA's peppermint oil is as powerful as 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's safe. You would feel comfortable putting peppermint in your tea. And so it's like, of course you'd feel comfortable using the oil. It's just that much more powerful because it's derived from the oil of the plant. And that helps me tell you even just more about peppermint. I love peppermint because of how energizing it is. I use this as a pre-workout if I want to go to the gym and feel more energized while I'm working out, but I don't want the nasty crash that happens with caffeine or with sugar. So peppermint essential oil can just help wake you up. I will put a drop right in my mouth and it really you just feel the burst of energy. It's also great for cooling the body down. So if you guys are in India during the summer, you need some peppermint oil on the back of your neck and you'll feel like you have an air conditioner coming with you at all times. It's so nice. It's also really great for headaches. Sometimes people will put 1 drop of peppermint on their finger and hold it on the roof of their mouth or on the back of their neck to help relieve head tension. The second thing I want to share with you guys is that essential oils are effective, and I'll explain to you why they're effective. So each cell in our body is surrounded by oil, actually, and that's the properties that God created for our cells to be safe and to keep nasty things from getting inside. So when you look at plants also have oil that help protect them. They're the protective properties of the plant. So when we take the protective properties of the plant and put them onto our bodies, it's like they know what to do because our bodies are biologically pretty similar. And so the oils that helps that plant can also help our bodies in certain ways. And so let's say someone is struggling with a virus or a bacterial infection. We all know that whenever someone is struggling with a bacterial infection, doctors will very quickly say, oh, give them an antibiotic, right? Well, there's pros of antibiotics. There's also cons. But the reason the antibiotics work is because you've got your cell, you've got this oil layer on the outside, but bacterial infections, they happen on the outside of the cell. So when we take an antibiotic, which is a water-based medication, it can kill that bacteria that was on the outside of your cell. However, we all know that if you have a virus, there's usually doctors say, oh, sorry, there's nothing you can do. Just go home and rest, right? Well, the reason they say that is because viruses happen on the inside of the cell, and water-based medicines can't get through that cell wall to take care of the virus. But guess what does get through a cell wall? Oil. Oil can get through an oil barrier and actually penetrate the entire cell. So the reason essential oils are effective is because they're oil-based and our cells are too. So the one I want to tell you guys about for effective is called On Guard. On Guard is doTERRA's protective blend, and it promotes healthy immune function. And so it's got a lot of oils in it that you guys already know. I feel like what I love about India is that Indians are already very aware of which foods are medicine. In America, we don't know that. Those are things I have to teach in America.
Okay, see, just a second. I want to add here that, what I'm doing, guys, I'm just taking a paper and pen and I'm making a note, like she says that healthy immune system. So I'm writing the oil's name On Guard. So even you can make your notes, whatever problems you have, you can write down headache, this oil, stomach pain, this oil. So you know exactly, this is my problem, this is the oil I'm going to use. So, it's always nice to make your own notes.
That's perfect. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, so I love On Guard because it has cinnamon, clove, orange, eucalyptus, and rosemary inside of it, which we frequently put those foods into our bodies when we're not feeling well. So the benefit you have of the essential oil version of those foods is that it's 50 to 70 times more powerful. It's like I couldn't eat enough cinnamon to get the same effect that I get from 1 drop of the oil. Does that make sense? Okay, so the third thing that I want you guys to know, well, first I'll share. On Guard, I actually use On Guard in my house for like everything. I put it in my diffuser to make my house smell wonderful, the cinnamon and the clove. Kind of the same effect of like when you make chai at home and it makes the whole house smell good. That's kind of like what On Guard does.
So Kelsey, you can put it in this in your tea as well, On Guard.
Yes. So I frequently, anytime I've got a little tickle in my throat, or I'm not feeling well, or I kind of think like I might not feel well tomorrow, I kind of use this as a preventative even. And then definitely when I'm not feeling well, I'll make a hot tea and I'll put 1 or 2 drops in my hot tea. And putting it with a little bit of honey really can help soothe a sore throat, but also can help you feel better. And then also we use this in cleaning products in our house. The same things that help protect our bodies can also help kill bacteria in our home. So we put On Guard in a spray bottle with like white vinegar, and we use it as the kitchen counter spray. And then I don't have to worry about toxic chemicals being on my countertops with my little kids eating off of the countertops, you know? So we use On Guard so many different ways. The third thing I want you guys to know is that essential oils can be affordable. Sometimes when people learn about pure essential oils, they think, oh man, I think that those are out of my price range. I would rather buy the cheap oils. But what I'm excited to share with you guys is that the reason that doTERRA oils can be considered affordable is because every single bottle that's a 250 ml bottle, it has 250 drops in each bottle. And I already shared with you guys, you only need 1 drop each time. And so it's like every time you buy a bottle, you're getting 250 uses out of each bottle. So yes, there are like cheap market oils that you can get for 200 bucks, but you're going to have to use the whole bottle to get the same effect as 1 drop of this. And the market oils are usually pretty adulterated as far as you aren't quite sure what's in there. But each batch of doTERRA oil is going to have a batch number on the bottom. And you can actually go to sourcetoyou.com and you can look up every single batch of doTERRA oils and see 50 plus different tests that were run on each batch, talking about the purity and the tests that were done to make sure that the only thing that is in this bottle of lavender is actually lavender. Also, a lot of people love using doTERRA oils in their home to swap out things they were already doing that actually does help save money along the way. So, for example, 10 minutes before this call, my next door neighbor's little boy fell from a swing that was like 6 feet in the air. And he fell on the tile, and she came over, she was banging on the door, and she said, "My son can't breathe. Will you please come help?" And it's like, look, I'm not a doctor. Like, what can I do? But the reason I have these bottles sitting right here right now is because I literally just used them on a little boy who fell from a 6 foot tall swing. So I grabbed Breathe and I grabbed lavender and I rubbed it on his chest to help calm him down and to help his lungs have support after getting the wind knocked out from underneath him as he fell on the tile. So, it's like going to the emergency room in India doesn't cost that much, but at the same time, like, I'm grateful that I could save them a trip just to help them feel better and for him to be able to, for his little body to just be able to calm down and be able to say like, okay, I think I can breathe. I think I'm okay. And I just was able to sit with them and pray with them that their little boy would be okay. Okay, now we're going to talk about the 3 ways to use essential oil. The first way is aromatically, and there's a couple different ways you can do that. So one way is in a diffuser. So I have diffusers in every room of my house. I love them so much, but I will put some essential oils in my diffuser and I'll turn this on, and then the whole room can get the benefit of the oil. And the reason why someone would want to do that, it's like, of course we like our house to smell good, but like, what are the actual benefits of our house smelling good? And the benefit is breathing in essential oils is actually the fastest way to get the benefit into our body. So let's say I want to change my mood. Maybe I'm very stressed out. Maybe I'm not feeling very good. And I'm like, man, I'm about to have to go into this meeting and I don't feel well. I will put 1 drop of, let's say, adaptive oil blend or wild orange in my hand. I'll rub my hands together. and I'll just take some deep breaths. And that is a very quick way to get the benefits of calming oils into my brain and into my body. I actually use this as a training tool with my kids. So when my kids are melting down emotionally, I'll grab wild orange essential oil and I'll put it in their hand and they take some deep breaths. And I've done it enough times over the last 5 years that now they know when they're not doing well emotionally, if mom grabs the bottle of wild orange, they just put out their hands because they know it's going to help them feel more control over their emotion and they know it's going to help them calm down. So they just look at me and put out their hands and say, give me the oil, mom. So I love whether it's in the diffuser, whether it's just putting it in my hands and taking some deep breaths, whether it's running it through my hair. There's so many benefits to just literally breathing in the oil, whether it's a headache or a mood. The next way is topical. And what I love about putting oils on topically is this is the best way to use oils for localized problems. So let's say someone says, okay, I have knee pain or I have back pain. What would you recommend? Well, I would recommend that they put oil directly on the pain point to help relieve pain. And so I would recommend either peppermint or doTERRA's Deep Blue is great for aches and pains. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that's kind of how you would use it topically. If someone has acne or things like that, well, I would recommend you put the oil directly on the problem point. But Savitu is actually going to take this part away for us and teach us a little bit how we could use oils topically by using acupressure.
Yeah. Can I, okay, I'm going to just put this into a full screen and, right.
Is there something I can do?
Kelsey, can you just, can we have this off the slide so that people can see me? Yeah.
Totally.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. So, what happens is so aromatherapy, like she discussed, is, inhaling it in. Okay. Now, aromatherapy oils and acupressure, they work beautifully. Now, how they work beautifully is that acupressure, when we press, I take my finger and I press certain points on the face with the oils. Like I take the oil, suppose, I'm taking the lavender oil. So I'll take the oil, like she said, it's very strong. So I'll just take a drop of the oil. And now I'm going to use it directly on my skin. So if I have a headache, I'm going to just take the oil, rub it in between my fingers, and I'm going to apply it directly on my pressure points. Now, if I have a headache, the pressure points for headache is the temple point. It's called the temple acupressure point. So you take your index finger and you put it on the temple point like this. And while the oil is there, I try to apply a little bit of pressure here. Okay, and also like to close my eyes. So just apply firm pressure to the temples where you are having the headache and just press it for about 30 seconds and just breathe normally. After 30 seconds, what you could do is you could rotate it very slowly on your temple point. You could rotate it 3 times clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. And you could actually do this up to a minute. So you could take it from 30 seconds to 1 minute. And this is how you could use the lavender oil, which is a calming oil, which helps to calm your mind, calm your skin. You could actually use that with the acupressure points to help you, with your headaches. Now, this is just one point. If I have, a sinus problem, then probably I'm going to take another oil and I'll use it again in my finger and I'm going to press my sinus points. Now, guys, I don't know if you've experienced this, but this really, really works. Because, I put up a reel on Insta, how to fight cold and cough. And I mentioned the reel about acupressure points, about sinus points. And people who did it, they actually felt relief. And one of the men told me that he tried it for his son and it works really well. So please try it, only then you will know. So for sinuses, Kelsey will tell us what oil. I have the oil in my hands. I'm going to put it on my sinus point, which is a point right next to my nose. And I'm going to apply firm pressure. Remember, firm pressure. So I'm going to just apply it with firm pressure on this point next to the nose. And I can just keep inhaling and exhaling. And after about 30 seconds, again, I give a firm press. Remember, I said firm press. So firm press, I try and declog my sinuses here. Then I go up. There is again a point here up, which is, very good for clearing your stuffy nose, anybody who has facial puffiness, anybody who has a lot of, they want to drain the lymphatic system. So that point is very good. Again, I'll press on the point for about 30 seconds, firm press, and then I'll rotate on that point for 3 clockwise and 3 anti-clockwise. The third point is a point here. So for the sinuses, I would ideally say, do this, and do this. So press all these 3 points. And when you've pressed that, then try and drain it away. So drain it for a couple of times so that whatever you have declogged, you're actually draining it out. And then from here, you try and release it out of your system and out of your terminus point from where everything is going to come out. So these are some quick ways of getting relief with essential oils. You must try them. And, there are a lot of points. There's a collagen point, for collagen, high collagen boosted cheeks. There is a point for jawline. There's a point for double chin. So there are lots of points, but, we won't get into that. Over to you, Kelsey. Now you can explain the oils.
Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome.
Most welcome.
Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to make sure I shared about topically is there are some oils that I put directly on my body topically. Most oils, there's no issue with doing that. So for example, wild orange is a very mild oil. So putting 1 drop of wild orange directly in my hands, rubbing it together, putting it on my body, totally fine. There are some oils that are considered warm oils or hot oils, like cinnamon or clove or oregano. And those oils, when you put them directly on your body, it kind of burns. They're kind of spicy. And so just like a little oil safety tip with those more warm or spicy oils is I'll get a little bit of fractionated coconut oil, and I'll just dilute it. And the dilution just helps. Like if I put it with some fractionated coconut oil, it doesn't feel like my skin doesn't burn at all. So that just helps carry it more mildly into your skin. But there are actually a lot of benefits to using a carrier oil. I used to think of carrier oils as just for dilution, like just to tame something down. But they're actually really good for helping the essential oil be carried into your skin. So it's actually pretty smart to use a carrier oil. Now, there are times where, like if I have a trouble spot on my face, I will put a drop of tea tree just directly on my face. So I don't dilute everything. But if I'm putting a bunch of immune supporting oils on my spine or on my kid's spine, then I will put some fractionated coconut oil on first, and then I'll rub it up and down. And that will help both dilute the spicy oils and help carry those oils into our skin. And I often get questions about why I call this fractionated coconut oil and what's the difference between that and the coconut oil that we cook with. And the only difference is fractionated coconut oil is the kind of coconut oil that always stays as a liquid. So, the coconut oil we cook with is liquid during the summer, but then in the winter it's hard. This one will never get hard. So you can put it in a roller, or a soap or a spray, and you won't have to worry about it hardening up if it gets cold. The third thing that I want to share with you guys is how to use essential oils internally. Now, some essential oils are recommended for internal use and some aren't. And that's where I come in. I get to help you guys understand which ones are good and which ones you maybe wouldn't use internally. And the way that you guys can understand that in this presentation is we're going to use an A for aromatic, a T for topical, and an I for internal. And then as we keep talking about the oils, you'll be able to see like, okay, that one she used an A and a T, but she didn't use an I. And then you'll come to know which ones are good for which things. But when I take essential oils internally, I will do a couple different things. If I like the taste of the oil, then I'll put it directly in my water. So if we're talking about lemon or orange, those are citrus oils that taste amazing. So I put it directly in a glass of water, and then I also get the benefits of that. Lemon is a great detoxifier, or orange is great for my mood. If I don't like the taste of the essential oil, but I want the benefits, then I'll put it in a little veggie capsule. It looks like a little capsule you would get from the chemist, but it's called a veggie cap, and you can pop it open and you can put your oil directly inside, and then you can close the cap and take it just like a pill. And then I don't have to worry about tasting. Like whenever someone in my family doesn't feel well, instead of taking antibiotics, we take oregano. But I don't love just like drinking oregano. So I'll put the oregano in a veggie cap and I'll take that internally. And then another way you can use essential oils internally is by putting a drop underneath your tongue. And that's called taking it sublingually. And that's also a very quick way to get oils into your system.
Kelsey, underneath your tongue, how? Can you just tell us?
Yeah, so I wouldn't use one of these oils, but I do this for copaiba. Copaiba
And guys,
is...
let's just keep this interactive. You can ask your questions. Let's just, we should also feel that, you're part of this process. So if you have questions, come on, let's ask, and, let's just have some fun.
Yeah. So there's an oil called frankincense and then copaiba. And both of those oils are really great for calming the body. They're great on a cellular level for calming your whole body down. And copaiba has been compared to like CBD in the fact that it has cannabinoid properties, but it doesn't have like THC or anything that's like, people would be opposed to. It's just a tree. But the oil is very calming. And so I will tilt the oil bottle back. I'll lift up my tongue like that. And then I can feel when one drop goes underneath my tongue. And then I immediately pull the bottle back because otherwise it'll keep dropping. And so I actually do that with frankincense and copaiba every morning and every night to help my body stay calm and to reduce inflammation in my body, which we know inflammation is like the root of many illnesses, but it's also why we age. And so if we can reduce the inflammation in our body, then we can also slow down the aging process. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some specific oils and some of my favorite oils. So first we're going to talk about lemon. And you can see lemon has an A, a T, and an I, which means it can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. It's a great cleanser for everything. So I also use this one to clean things around my house. We actually use this with white vinegar to clean all of our fruits and vegetables. So I'll get a stainless steel bowl. I'll put my fruits and vegetables in the bowl, fill it up with water, put 2 or 3 drops of lemon and some white vinegar, and I'll let it sit for 20 minutes. And it just helps break down all of the pesticides or any of the yucky things that could be on our fruits and vegetables before we eat them. I also love it in water. It's so refreshing. Frankincense. This is what I just told you guys.
Kelsey, just one more question. Does lemon, when taken orally, does it also help to increase your vitamin C levels, your collagen levels?
So I don't think that I would be able to say that. I think because it's taken from the peeling of the lemon, you're not getting the vitamin C that you would be getting from the juice or from the fruit. But the benefit of the of the oil is that it's alkaline. So it's not acidic because it's coming from the peel. And so you are able to consume the oil more frequently than you probably would the juice without it breaking the enamel from your teeth. So frankincense is the one that I just told you guys about that is great for anti-aging, helps cells perform on a cellular level, calms things down, whether it's your feelings or whether it's inflammation in your body. This is one of my favorite oils. And you can do that. You can use this one all 3 ways. Digestin is the digestive blend from doTERRA. So this has a lot of great oils in it that are great, for just calming down your digestive system, like fennel or peppermint. And I love taking this internally. Like I'll put this in a glass of water and drink it, or in a hot tea. Some people prefer to put this on topically, and they'll just put it right in their belly button to relieve like gas feelings, motion sickness, or upset stomach. What's great about this blend is that because of its calming properties, often people use this one for sinus, Savitu. So sometimes people will put that one right here. And in the same way that it relieves pressure in your digestive system, it actually does the same thing for sinus pressure.
Right. I have to say one small thing that my daughter, Samreen, she's 6 years, she was unwell. And I used to use cardboard capsules for her. Those green capsules you'd get from the chemist. And I used to cut those capsules and use it to open her nose. But since the time I've been using the oils, she's told me, Mama, I love the oils. I don't want to use that stupid capsule.
I love that.
Yeah, so I think, and it's effective and she likes it. And it just gives her instant relief.
I love that too. And my kids do the same thing. Whenever they have an upset tummy, they say, Mommy, I need oil. And I just love that they know what works. It's like the reason they want it is because they know that it makes them feel better.
Yeah.
Okay. Deep Blue is doTERRA's blend that helps relieve tension. And so a lot of athletes love this blend. A lot of older people love this blend. But even moms, I use this. Even before I was a mom, I use Deep Blue when I have menstrual pain on my abdomen, and it helps relieve that pressure. I know a lot of moms use this on their kids' legs as they're having growing pains or after football practice. But then a lot of my older friends also, when they start aging and have aches and pains, love this for achy joints. So this would be a blend that I wouldn't say that there's anything that would be like harmful about taking this blend internally, as much as it's just not recommended and probably wouldn't taste very good. Breathe. This is one Savitu spoke about a little bit ago, but it is great for all things respiratory. So in my opinion, this one's like the MVP for India, for all things respiratory.
Was very good. It was so good. It gave an instant relief.
And what I love is that when I first started telling people in India about doTERRA, everyone asks me for eucalyptus because they know how good eucalyptus is for respiratory. But what I love about this blend is that it has eucalyptus in it, but it also has some other really great respiratory oils in it. And so together you get eucalyptus, but you also get lemon, tea tree, rosemary, peppermint. And so all of the oils that are great for respiratory, it's kind of like doTERRA already prepackaged all of it for you so that you don't have to buy 5 bottles. You can just buy 1. My family and I, we actually diffuse this every night because we really feel like if we can breathe better, we sleep better. And so a lot of people, my husband specifically, doesn't snore as much when I diffuse breathe. And so we all sleep better. Wild orange, I already told you guys, this one is the one that I use as a tamer for tantrums with my kids. Yes, so all of the oils that I'm talking about tonight, thanks for asking that. I'm making sure that I only share with you guys tonight oils that are available here in India. So anything that you see tonight that you would like to get in your home, I am happy to help facilitate that. Yes, Anjali, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, I am suffering migraine headache. So, which oil will be suitable for?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. And I'm also really sorry to hear that. I know that's hard. So first of all, I'm sorry to hear that. I would probably start with peppermint. Peppermint is most people's favorite oil for any kind of like head tension. And it's also a very versatile oil. So once you had peppermint, you would also come to know all the other amazing things that you could do with it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Adaptive is the blend that I showed you guys an example earlier. Adaptive is one of my favorites for my temper tantrums. Like whenever I need to be calmed down. This one has a blend of, I think, 10 different oils in it. But it's got sweet gum, neroli, lavender, magnolia, wild orange, spearmint, and maybe a couple more that I'm forgetting. But it's like all of the best calming for your emotional state or mental health. It's got all of those combined together to make an amazing fragrance that's going to help calm you down within a couple minutes. This one I love to put in my hand and take some deep breaths. It's also available in a roll-on blend. And so where it's already like pre-diluted for you. And so I love having that one in my purse that I can grab and I can just roll it on my neck or roll it on my kids whenever we're feeling stressed. Copaiba, this is the one I told you guys about that I take internally. This is also really great for aches and pains. So I take it internally to calm my whole body down, but some people will also put it directly on a pain point topically to help with pain. Yes. Okay, Anjali, that's a good question. I'm actually right after this going to share ordering information. So I'll make sure you get that.
And Anjali, we'll put it in the group. What are the 3 ways of using the oil? You can just go through the 3 ways and you can see what suits best for you.
Yes, absolutely. Citrus Bliss is a combination of several different citrus oils. So it's got wild orange and tangerine, clementine, a lot of really great mood changing oils, but it also, the secret ingredient is vanilla, which I feel like the combination of citrus oils and vanilla can really just help change someone's mood. I love this in the diffuser, and a lot of women actually really love this as a perfume. And I like to call, whenever you use oils as perfume, I actually like to call it pure fume because there's nothing toxic in it like a lot of perfumes have. Okay, so I want you guys to think through, what are your top health concerns? And I want you to just think about that, because what I get to do is I get to help troubleshoot. Okay, you have this health issue. Okay, Anjali has migraines. Let me recommend something that might help that. And I find so much joy in helping relieve people's issues with health. And I've just seen so much success by using these oils with health issues that I feel so confident that I will have something that can help, or at least relieve some amount of issue that you have. And so, yeah, I want you guys to think about that. And then as we talk after this call, you can come to me and you can say, hey, Kelsey, these are the things that I've already thought through. And then I'll be able to help you get exactly what you need to help that. So there are 3 ways that someone can get doTERRA products, but it's actually, I should actually just change this slide, because retail for me is not an option. I like to say friends don't let friends buy retail. And you guys are all my friends now, so I'm not going to let you guys buy retail. That's too expensive. What I like to do is I like
Kelsey,
to get...
Kelsey, we can leave these slides and we can just take the questions about oils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever you think.
Because I'm sure all of them are interested in buying, so we'll just take them. We'll just take the questions and the problems.
That's great. That's great. Is there a certain slide that anyone would like to see again, or do we just want to talk like this?
Guys, we can take your questions now. So please, now that you know all about oils, and Kelsey was, so sweet and explaining everything well. So, you can now ask her your questions and let's just discuss how to use oils now.
Also, Savitu, what I normally do is I have people drop something in the chat for the giveaway. Do we want to do that now, or do we want to do that?
As you say, we can do that towards the end.
Sure.
Or whatever the process is.
Sure.
Guys, come on, let's answer some questions. I'm sure you're here because you have certain questions in mind. So let's just discuss it. And yeah. Renu, Azra, Mehek, Subhi, any questions, all of you? Anything that's troubling you, anything you want a solution to? Anything of that sort? No?
So, Sabu, I wanted to know, all these oils can be used together all at a time. I mean, in your daily life every day. I mean, she's
Yes,
given
can
us
you
8 of 6 oils. So, every day a drop off, like you have to give gaps.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I often will use oils together. Like, let's say there's a certain issue that I might be using multiple oils at the same time. That's totally fine. I like to think of oils kind of like food, in the sense of I eat in the morning, but then a few hours later I have to eat again. And then a few hours later I have to eat again. Oils metabolize in our body just like food does. So
Okay.
so yeah, so I might think, okay, if I want to get the best benefits from these oils, maybe I do something in the morning and then I do it again in the evening.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
So, Kelsey, do you think that she could take like an adaptive which has everything together, or she should just focus on 3 main concerns and then get oils accordingly?
Yeah, I think it probably depend on which kind of health issues she'd be wanting it for. If she was looking for stress and for calming down her emotions, adaptive would be amazing. One of my favorites for that. But if she wanted to get some oils that were a little bit more versatile and could be used in lots of different ways, then I might recommend one of the kits that has a
So, like,
a bundle.
problem, Kelsey. So, how often can I use what oil you'll recommend for its sinus?
For sinus, yeah. So I think for sinus, I would probably use Breathe.
Okay, breathe. So, how often can I use breathe? 3 times a day or only once?
I think you can even use it more frequently than 3 times a day if you're really needing some support.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, any more questions? And Lavadidi, you must do these points. They really, really help. That's the first point for sinuses: firm pressure, then clockwise rotations, this one and above. And
Yeah, I
then
got
you just take everything out and drain it out. It's beautiful. These points
Thank you.
really help because, when you press certain points, they indirectly, do organ correction. They help in a lot of issues, even
So, where do we buy
constipation.
these, Tabu? Where do we buy these oils? What company? This is doTERRA.
Yeah, this is doTERRA. Kelsey, can you help her with this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop my link in the chat right now, but I'll also send it in the group for you guys.
Okay.
And then once everyone fills this form is the way that everyone gets access to 25% off of retail prices.
Okay.
And that's how I can start working with you and start helping you figure out which oils would be best to buy.
So, I have copied the link. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, any questions? No problems? I can't believe you people don't have problems. Come on, let's just discuss it. Anjali, you still want to ask something?
Yes, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Those points you suggest about sinus, same are migraine also?
No, migraine is different. So migraine is the temple acupressure point, this one. So you
With
take your
lavender
index
oil?
finger. For headaches?
Migraine headache for lavender oil?
Kelsey, is it lavender for headaches?
I think I would probably start with peppermint, but lavender also might give some relief.
Right. So peppermint then. And Anji, there are a lot of points. So, when you have a headache, I always feel that the headache, mostly starts from the forehead, that you have a splitting headache here. And, you have a lot of pain in the 11 lines all over the forehead, on your eyebrows here. So this is the area which needs to be focused on. So there are a few acupressure points. You can do the third eye press, which is this. That's the point just above your eyebrows. That's renowned for headaches, stress, anxiety. If you read about it on Google, you'll know how helpful this is, even for good sleep, for insomnia, all of that. So that's the first point. And then you'll press your finger here above the arch of the eyebrow. That's the second point. And this is the third point. And if you have time, you can even press the inner acupressure point. So these are a few points around the forehead and the eyes, which if you declaw, you will get instant relief.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any allergies to this oil, Kelsey?
I'm sorry, oils for allergies, or are there allergies to the oil?
No. I mean, are these oils allergic to the skin, or they are nothing will happen? I mean, or you have to skin test it first.
Right. Yeah. So I've personally never had any allergic reactions to anything. I do think that most people suggest doing like a little skin test first.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be a good idea, but I've never had anybody have any sort of adverse reaction, except if it's a hot oil. And in that case, if anything does ever happen, that you touch some cinnamon on your skin and you're like, oh, that's kind of warm.
Yeah.
I just get some more carrier oil and put it
out coconut oil.
Yep.
Okay, guys, then if no more questions, then should we do the giveaway then? Or we can take more questions. Let us know. We're here to help. Yeah, go on.
Hello.
Hi.
Ma'am, I have lots of, acne spots on my face. So which oil will be suitable for me and how to apply it, how to use it?
Yeah, that's great. I actually, for skin, often skin issues are the root of a deeper issue. And so often when we have skin issues, we actually have a deeper digestive issue. So in that case, I would start thinking about like, okay, am I eating something that's causing inflammation in my body, that's causing it to come out on my skin? So that frankincense oil or that copaiba oil can kind of help calm the body down. Even turmeric oil is great for calming the body down. But if I'm just looking at spot treating acne, tea tree is hands down my favorite for that.
Tea tree.
So Mehak, you have acne and pimples right now on the face?
Yeah, ma'am. I have lots of spots on my face.
So you want to correct those, right? You want to put something on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you should definitely go for the tea tree one. You take the tea tree and then you apply it on your acne spots. But this is only going to help with, your face clearing. But if you want to take, like a natural solution to it and you don't want the acne coming back, then you'll have to, exercise your face so that your acne never comes back. Because when we do a lot of, acne reduction exercises, then for a lot of people, acne doesn't come back because we do a lymphatic drainage where, we clean your toxins away. So then your body, clears out slowly on its own.
Okay, thank you.
It's so good. Okay, we have a question. Okay, yes. Okay, is it Azra? Is that how you say your name?
Yes, it's Azra.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here. And yes, doTERRA is in South Africa, which is so exciting. Cough suggestions. Oh wait, no, that wasn't you. I'm excited for you to get started in South Africa. I have lots of information for you for that. And then for cough suggestions, I love Breathe for all things respiratory. So that would be really great to put on your chest. So I keep that near our beds at night because anytime any of my little ones wake up in the middle of the night with a cough, I grab Breathe and I put it directly on their chest.
And even Azra is a face yoga instructor.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's why we know each other really well. The same
That's so
profession.
awesome. Azra,
Yeah,
so
we train together.
that's so cool. Azra, the link that I sent out, I think might only be for India. So let me make sure I send you a specific like South Africa link too.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Of course. That's the best thing about doTERRA. It's in over 40 different countries. So we can do things like this and we can be connected with people all over the world.
Yeah. Okay, Subhi. Subhi, where are you? What about your question? Subhi, come on. Yeah.
I've got the same sinus
You asked me
problem.
in
I
class
have
now, you had a question. So why aren't you asking? Ask a
Yeah.
question.
Ma'am, I got the answer, that peppermint one. She suggested that.
Okay,
My
you can still
problem is
discuss your problem with Kelsey. You can still discuss it.
I
She's here
have
today.
sinus and sleeping problem. I
Okay.
don't get sleep.
Yeah. Lavender is really, really great for sleep. So that's where I usually have people start.
Oh,
doTERRA also
thank
has
you.
doTERRA also has a blend called Serenity that has lavender in it, but it also has some of the tree oils in it, like vetiver or cedarwood, that are also really great for sleep. So you could try one or both of those, and I would start there. And then
Thank you.
sinus, I loved what Savitu shared about putting breathe on those spots. I think that would be really helpful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think Subhi can, teach the entire class because she's part of my group classes. And she knows all about acupressure. Yeah, Subhi?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Okay, the rest, yes, Dia, Mehek, anyone else? Okay, then let's do the giveaway.
Sure. Okay. So what I want every person to do in the chat is I want you to say, what's the thing that you learned? Like one thing you learned from this class, and what's one oil that you're excited to try? And then I'm going to pick somebody from the chat to be our giveaway winner tonight. And then I'm going to send you a little
Sounds
gift.
like fun. Do I get to participate and do I get something?
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
So I loved what you said about breathe. So I'm going to keep it next to me all the time and get cured of my this sinus problem. So that's what I so I got to know the importance of essentials oil today. I really didn't know that. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Sabu, for this.
Most welcome. She's very dear to me. She's my family. So yeah, I'm so glad she could come here and benefit from this.
This is so great. Yes.
All right, girls, please send in your messages and let's pick up a winner. And let's cross our fingers and let's see who wins. So Kelsey, they have to type in the group, right?
Yeah.
They have to type the message in the group.
Yeah. So one thing, I'll type it here so everyone can see it. One thing you learned and one oil you're excited to try. Okay, anybody else excited to enter the giveaway?
Okay, I think they're still typing.
Great.
I think, Kelsey, some of them are typing here. I think the messages are coming here, right? Not in the other WhatsApp.
Yes, I think you're right.
Guys, come on. Just a few minutes left. I think I want oil. I'll definitely use peppermint oil.
I couldn't
I learned
understand
essentially.
more.
I learned that essential oils are so essential in our day-to-day life. Peppermint oil, lemon oil would be my favorite one. Thanks, Supriya. Such nice messages.
Awesome. Okay, has anybody not entered yet? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and pick somebody on the screen. You guys ready? Anjali.
Oh, Anjali. Wow, what does she get, huh? Oil.
Okay, Anjali, I'm gonna send you a 5 ml of wild orange.
Wow, lovely. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
congratulations. So make sure in the chat, make sure you send me your address so that I can get that to you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
All right, guys, I
exciting.
hope this was informative and I hope you learned something today. And, you can reach out to Kelsey. I'll share her Instagram handle. If you have any questions, you can directly message her. Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Yes,
Thank
thank you
you.
guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.